is computer grade. Bei Bora supermarket. This supermarket, once I read the name like that, I should be able to visualize and see the kind of supermarket that it is. Bei Bora. The price must be very nice. Their strategy there, I can see their strategy is to have their products to their customers at the lowest prices, affordable prices. So we are told something very nice here that in the early 80s, Bei Bora supermarket opened its first 2 stores in the outskirts of the country's capital city, selling competitively priced basic household goods and groceries. Today, Bei Bora supermarket has over 20 branches and 2 wholesale hypermarkets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as your first task for you, what is the difference between a hypermarket and a supermarket? Let me see guys who travel globally. What is the difference between a hypermarket and a supermarket? And in Kenya here, do we have a hypermarket? Do we have a hypermarket? Jenny says she can't see the question. I thought you guys said you can see the question. Yeah. Even Jenny up here can see yes. Ilikuwa jina. Uchumi ilikuwa ni hypermarket, ilikuwa jina tu. So supermarket, hypermarket, tuseme hamjui. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha hapa ndani lazima kuna wanafunzi hawajui difference between a hotel and a restaurant. There must be students who don't know the difference between a hotel and a restaurant. JD, check your internet. Now, so the most important thing for us is to appreciate that now Bora supermarket has over 20 branches and 2 wholesale hyped markets. It has diversified its product lines from basic household goods and groceries. Now they're able to offer food, confectionery, toys, clothes, shoes, electronics, and even hardware items. Bei Bora supermarket is perceived as the best place to buy local items at affordable prices. The supermarket aims to become the country's leading hypermarket. It is challenging the large foreign retail players in the market. Bei Bora's supermarket slogan is "Why pay more?" has struck a chord with the country's consumers from different economic backgrounds. The supermarket chain is also confident that consumers would rather support local supermarkets as opposed to the international retailers. The concept of buy Kenya, buy Kenya. In order to convince the customers that the competitively priced goods are of low quality, Bei Bora supermarket has ensured that it has maintained its appearance at the highest standards. Its shelves are very well labeled, or rather stocked and labeled. Supermarket aisles are well labeled. Its hypermarkets and the supermarkets are always clean and with neat and friendly staff members. I like this macro environment. I like this internal environment. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Like other retailers who accomplish economies of scale, the supermarket purchases in bulk in order to maintain price without affecting the profits. It is thus able to compete favorably with international retailers. Bei Bora supermarket also sources merchandise from small and medium enterprises locally and from other countries in Africa. The supermarket supports these local and medium enterprises through its pricing programs and the partnership contracts. How I wish this was a paper that you guys had. You would have underlined partnership contracts. Bei Bora supermarket has thus successfully incorporated this as part of its corporate social responsibility in the strategic plan. The CSR initiatives have enhanced both internal and external organizational functions and the strategic development, especially in key areas such as stakeholder relations, corporate governance, and community relations. The supermarket has spread its wings far and wide, having opened the first outlets in rural towns where competition was next to nil and operating costs were very low. Operating costs were very low, meaning that these guys are adopting what we call a low or rather cost leadership strategy. They would want to be cost leaders in the industry. They would want their costs to be the lowest so that they will be able to charge the lowest price and be able to, of course, penetrate even to other markets with a lower price. There is nowhere you cannot go. A lower price, for you to get profit, you must ensure that also you are a cost leader. I like this. Currently, it has opened stores in areas that are easily accessible to consumers, such as residential areas. This thing of having our supermarket stores just being in town centers is quite an old thing. Right now, we must take these goods to where people are, take them to these estates. So we have residential areas, town centers, and the industrial area where the people who work in the industries can access quick, easy, and affordable shopping during their lunch breaks on their way home. The stores are also placed in upmarket residential areas and low-income residential areas, where various items have varying prices depending on the location of the supermarket. Great. So I look for another page. There's a page here that I would want to get. Good. I hope you guys are able to see again this other one that I'm sharing. I'll be able to share with you these things on WhatsApp. Have you been able to see? Are you able to see this in order to compete effectively across the country? Are you able to see this? Yes. Thank you very much. In order to compete effectively across the country, Beibora Supermarket is in the process of opening 7 new hypermarkets and 12 supermarkets in different locations around the country. It has also introduced a healthy food section, Beibora Foods, BBF, which offers a wide range of mostly traditional meals that are ready to eat. Ukienda hapo kwa supermarket, unaweza pull a chair and a table there, uko na getheri yako fresh, unakula. Beibora Foods is quickly gaining popularity, especially in the urban areas where many people are becoming conscious of the health benefits of eating traditional foods as opposed to chips, fast foods. Plans to introduce the Beibora Foods in all its supermarkets and hypermarkets are underway. Beibora supermarkets also intend to open branches in various countries in the region. Requirement. By the way, this kind of a question, ladies and gentlemen, always start by reading the requirement. Before you start reading the case itself, always you start by reading the requirement. Requirement will easily guide you. Discuss 4 strategies that Beibora Supermarket has used to grow and retain its market share. 4 strategies. Remember our topic number 6, ilikuwa about leadership and the strategy, the plan of actions. What is it that this supermarket has done, ladies and gentlemen, for it to be a leader in the industry, to be able to fight these big giants of supermarkets that we have out there? You don't give us your own answers. You're getting answers from the case question. B, analyze 5 types of market segmentation, where you partition your market, where you, for example, you'll be having some supermarkets in these high-end places, right? Other supermarkets at low-end places. So they want us to analyze 5 types of market segmentation, which Beibora Supermarket has used to target its customers. So I'll pause a little bit like that to try to think, what type of market segmentation? How are they partitioning their markets? Are they partitioning their markets, for example, to places, some places, in this case here, with lower prices, other places with higher prices? Right? Are they segmenting, for example, their markets geographically? Right? So I'm just trying to think loudly so that when it comes to this concept of segmentation, it will not be really quite a very new thing. No. because I'm trying to read this, and again, I'll be going back to the case question. So I need to understand the questions very well. C, evaluate 3 microenvironmental factors that might have influenced the growth of Beibora supermarket. Microenvironmental, we said microenvironmental factors or microenvironment, I mean, we are looking at all those attributes that are able to affect the farm directly, right? Those factors that are able to affect the farm directly, like employees. If you mess around with employees, things will not be able to be good, right? Right? So the macro environmental factors that may have influenced the growth of the Beibora supermarket. They are very supportive suppliers. They have great employees who are able to give initiatives there. I saw these employees are having very clean shelves, etc. Like microenvironment, their internal environment, the pricing issue, etc. I'll come back to this. From there, D, they want me to assess 5 corporate social responsibility programs that Beibora supermarket could, when they use the word could, it means what here, that you can get those answers from out there. You don't have to rely on the case. Could introduce in line with its stated corporate objectives. D, E, I mean, the top management of Beibora supermarket have never used the internet to market their products. They have recently employed you to ensure that they become visible online. So you're supposed to demonstrate 4 ways you could use to market Beibora supermarket online. Jennifer ni yako sasa hii Jennifer. Hebu tupatie those 4 ways that you could use to market Beibora supermarket online. Wameleta a whole topic ya marketing, haikuanga kwa old syllabus. Sasa wameleta a whole chapter ya marketing in leadership and management. Hebu niambie, hata kabla tuanze kuongea, hebu niambie ni 4 ways that you guys could use to market an institution online. 4 ways. 4 ways. I'm here to simply listen to you. 4 ways. Ndio vitu ambavyo wanaleta kwa exam ya SG kitambo, watu wanalia wanasema wameanguka. Sababu wanafunzi wataka ku think out of the box. 4 ways that you could use to market a company online. So Jenny says straight away she would open a Facebook account for this particular supermarket and LinkedIn, right? And all those social media handles, and ensure that they post their products over there. That's very good. YouTube account is very good. Get product influencers. For example, get Janango, right? Or this lady called Aziad, right? Yes, in this case here, we could also do the Google ads and the YouTube ads, you sponsor ads. Caro M, just like, for example, what RCM Online College does, have WhatsApp groups, invite people over there. When they are there, keep on marketing every other day. I saw one person who spoke of a very important point of having a website. But please don't just have your normal website. It has to be a highly optimized website. We have what we call search engine optimization. So that, for example, anytime they look for a word like CPA, it should be RCM Online College coming up. Right? Any other thing? You guys, I'm waiting to hear. Yeah, you see, like now open an online customer care. Yeah, an online customer daycare, like day center, care center. Yeah, that if you've got an issue, please reach out to us here straight away. Open Instagram account. So remember, if I were you, I would state this 4 key ones. Number one is a website, which is what here highly optimized. Number two, I'll talk of Facebook. I'll talk of LinkedIn. It's very professional, right? Right. I will talk over all these like Instagram, Twitter, etc., etc. Right? How do I reach out there to people online? How do I sell online? Right? I will talk over the paid up adverts in YouTube, Google ads, even on Facebook, so many things. TikTok is quite a big industry. It's quite a big industry. How I wish I could dance a little bit. At my age, I would hit TikTok like yesterday, but now I can't. Don't think my bones can really allow me to do that now. It's too old, but it's too late. But that is the way to go. Great. Now, so we are told here to advise the management of Bay Bora supermarket on 5 critical factors to consider when opening branches in various countries in the region. Could you kindly help me answer this? Advise the management of Bay Bora if they want to go to Rwanda, Uganda, etc. What are the key factors that they need to consider when opening branches in these foreign countries? I told you today is going to be your day. It's going to be your day. It's going to be your day. Mimi kazi yangu ni kunyamaza tu, nichukue points kwenu. Mimi siongei leo at all. At all. Mimi siongei at all. Kama sasa tukinipatia pesa ngapi, mimi siwezi nikaenda country kama Burundi, siwezi nikaenda country kama. Political stability is the first thing I would really consider. Otherwise, you'll put your investment and then all of a sudden it'll go down. So political stability and of course the concept of what here? Tolerance. Kuna country ambazo wanaogopa wa Kenya sana. Utaenda mahali wakisema ni ya Mkenya, you lose everything. Inakuwa international disaster. Very good. Very good. Silas alisema political stability. Silas inafaa apatiwe pesa. Hii Silas nimempatia pesa mingi sana. Leo siwezi kumpatia. Nipatie points zingine kwanza. So the first one you guys have told me, ambayo may make a lot of sense to me. The factors that I'll have to consider. Yes, Elias Mugendi has given us a very nice one. The social and the cultural practices. There are some cultural practices, ladies and gentlemen, like I told you last time, it is quite hard to get employees in Burundi. Quite hard. Right? So that one I will really consider it. Right? Taxes, like right now, everybody is going to tax havens. I would rather take my companies, my branches to countries, ladies and gentlemen, that are lower in terms of what here? Taxes. So tax, I'll consider tax, yes. Tax is something to consider, yes. Yes, economic factors like what here? Currency, exchange rates, inflation, that I would consider. Prevailing competition in those countries I'll consider, like right now, if, ladies and gentlemen, a supermarket from Tanzania comes to Kenya, it can't survive. It can't survive. It cannot survive. It cannot survive. It can't survive. Right? We have, ladies and gentlemen, the supply chain. The supply chain, if you go, for example, to some countries that are quite landlocked, surrounded by countries, in this case here, which are war areas, how will you be able to get supplies? Right? So the supply chain is quite an important factor. An important factor. For example, if you take a supermarket to Somalia, who will supply you there? Who will supply you there? Yeah. Like level of infrastructure, yes, that I will give you. Like many people prefer Kenya because of these major infrastructural developments that you are seeing around here. Right? Security, yes. Security. These are points you can keep on repeating, and of course ensuring that they are able to fit the description that the examiner really is looking at. Yes, even the yes, this lady, this is the lady who should get mine today. You know, today I have a very big present, and that's one I even don't want to put on the camera because I wouldn't want you to see the present I have in store for the student. Really, this is a point that I also have here. The concept of what here? The concept of market availability. Economically, the consumers who are there, how are they empowered? How is their purchasing power like? Right? Yes, even availability of these materials, availability of labor. Those are the kind of things I want you guys to tell me. Thank you very much. I think you've done justice to that question. Like somebody called Silas told us some time back there, ETC is good. So could we kindly go back to part A? Part A. You guys are overthinking now. So part A, and I hope you are taking your notes, small notes, true? Are you guys writing down a few notes? Yes, it's very important. Yes. A, discuss 4 strategies that Beibora supermarket has used to grow and retain its market share. Its market share. So 4 strategies that this company has used to retain and grow its market share. Mimi niko hapa naangalia, nimelala kabisa. We share the question ndio waweze kuifuatilia vizuri. Yes, that I will do. That I will do very comfortably. Na wanafunzi leo wametoroka, sijui wametoroka wapi. Nope, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Must be this one. Strategies. A strategy is a plan of action. A strategy is a plan of action. What strategies have they used to grow their market, despite the fact that we have got big competitors around here, big brothers around here, and the company is able to beat them? Great. So I'm seeing very good points here. Number 1 is the pricing strategy. They've ensured that they are what here? They are the best in terms of pricing. So it's a pricing strategy which goes hand in hand with what here? Cost leadership strategy. Cost leadership strategy. Great. Because, you know, for you to be able to charge a good price, you need, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have acquired those goods at a lowest price. I like what I'm being told here by great students there. Hoja kidogo tuone. Ngoja kidogo tuone. Abracadabra. What are they telling us? Hizo points zimekuja mbio. Yes, I like what Silas is telling me there. The concept of opening branches. It's an expansionist strategy. Expansionist strategy. They are all over. But again, remember when you are answering leadership and management, you don't answer like that one sentence, you people. Unasema opening branches for you to be able to demonstrate broad and deep understanding of the subject, you must weave through your sentence through the case. So for instance, you'll come and tell us how many branches it was able to open, right? Right? So opening branches, expansionist strategy, and expansionist strategy tell us that these guys are really going to even rural areas where now the big brothers cannot be found. Ellen, thank you very much. Selling a competitively priced household goods, that is okay. It's a pricing strategy. We discussed that. Remember the present. I want to put my camera kidogo muone. You see, like this, providing variety of goods under one roof, the concept of a hypermarket. Hypermarket, yes, providing variety of goods under one roof, a hypermarket. This is what we call a diversification strategy. These guys were able to come up with new products often. They were able to come up with new products often. They also made use of a market segmentation strategy to reach out. Market segmentation strategy will always help you to grow, because once you have different segments, you'll be able to know these are high level segment. Unajua kama mkate, sijui kama ni ukweli, ati mkate hii inauzwa for example kama Nairobi, ina taste tofauti na mkate ya Kajiado. Ina taste tofauti na mkate ya Kajiado. Hebu niambie ukweli. Mikate ya Nairobi ni sawa na mikate ya Kajiado? Sionei Kajiado. Sionei Kajiado. Hazikui the same. Trust you me. Hata just in different supermarkets. Kuna supermarket ukiona unapata mkate iko moto mzuri namna hii. It can never be the same. It can never be the same. So it's a strategy of growth. When you segment, it's a strategy of what here? It's a strategy of growth. Aha. Na ngoja kidogo kusikia kutoka kwenu, but the most important thing is how you are able to do what? The most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is how you are able to defend your points. Remember, in leadership and management, you are an advocate. And a good advocate, ladies and gentlemen, is that advocate who is able to speak so many words. You are able to add in a lot of meat into your structure. Otherwise, you will keep on failing in this paper 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. But fortunately, nowadays, that ukianguka 10 times, zile ulikuwa ushapita unaelekea. Customer wameleta permanent credit retention, but we don't want to go that way. Ourselves, we must pass immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something that I'm not hearing. Zamzam anasema, this concept of diversification, yes, is a strategy that these guys went for. That's why they opened the hypermarkets, where you are able to get whatever you want, all of them in what year? One roof, hypermarket. Whatever you have said, ladies and gentlemen, including winning customer loyalty as a plan of action for growth, that's very good. But remember to add flesh, to add meat onto the skeleton for you to be able to get all the marks. Great. So we go to the third part. Part B. Analyze 5 types of market segmentation, which Beibora supermarket has used to target its customers. Yeah. So first of all, I would want somebody to Google their market segmentation and give us a very good definition, which students will be able to write. Market segmentation. And I can see Bahati has given me a very good point. A very good point. That these guys were able to reach out to untapped niche. Like this niche of people are very sensitive of what they are eating. What about wataki mafuta? People are health conscious. It's a very good way of growing your business. It's a very good way of growing your business. Akasema accurate clientele target, the traditional foods. Right? I like that. I hope that's a point you guys have taken up. That's a very good point indeed. That's a very good point indeed. Merab, thank you very much for your answers. But first of all, start me from far. I would want you to tell me what market segmentation, to segment market segmentation. What is it? Hey, Merab, unajua maneno. Thank you very much. I have bright students. I thank my God for you people. Yani, mimi nitapata pesa tu rahisi hata bila kufunza, because already mnajua. Alafu unajua some of these things in leadership and management wanatoa huko mbalimbali hata iko kwa syllabus yako. Sasa usiniulize hata mimi mwenyewe, usiniulize hata iko kwa syllabus gani. They would want you to be very creative. And I'm surprised you guys know these things. I'm surprised you guys know these things. Nataka mwanafunzi mwenye ata Google vizuri atuambie what is market segmentation. What is market segmentation? Alafu sijui kama siku hizi mmejua kutumia Zoom vizuri. Can I, ladies and gentlemen, can I unmute, allow you to unmute yourselves? Na mta make noise. Inawezekana kweli ama mta make noise. Because at times, ladies and gentlemen, typing is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. I would want a place where we connect. I would want a place where we connect. What do you think? Can we try that today? Like I used to hear Silas's voice quite a lot. I can't hear it. Can we try that concept today? In my own words, market segmentation is all about how you have divided the market. Market segmentation is a practice of dividing your target market into approachable groups. Thank you very much. Concept of dividing the market into approachable groups. Thank you very much. Groups that you can approach. So Felix tells me that market segmentation is dividing your target market into approachable groups. Hapana enda kuuza vitu zako tu kwa market for hapana. Nafaa kujua hapa I'm dealing with high-end clients. What kind of products do they need? Kama ni perfume, sitapeleka perfume ambao na pelekea watu wa Runda ndio napelekea bado watu wa blah blah. Hapana. Hapana, you should be able to know the clientele segment. Thank you very much. I want to believe that you guys have been able to take whatever definition out of these definitions. You must have seen that they are quite close and you must have picked the very best. Have you done that? If you have done that, please say why for yes. Why for yes. And you don't want to talk to me today. Nimeuliza swali rahisi. Kama I can allow you guys to unmute, we talk. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, sasa tuende straight away kwa types of market segmentation, which Bora supermarket has used to target its customers. Sasa tuanze za kwanza zile the segmentation types ambazo we had some good lady alianza hapa akatuambia that these guys have used, for example, geographical segmentation, where they have, for example, supermarkets and hypermarkets in different geographical areas. And if they have listed them here, I should be able to state them in my answer. I should be able to state them in my answer. Like behavioral segmentation, this is a nice one. How consumers behave. Consumers, ladies and gentlemen, who are health conscious, give them what they like. Give them what they like. You can segment your market in form of, for example, religion. Have, for example, one supermarket, if it's for foods, sema for example, kama naonanga hoteli zingine, they target watu wa SDA peke yake, and they really get so many people, right? Right? I'm waiting to hear from you people. This part B, what would have you answered? Part B. Part B, a question, wanatuuliza part B, to analyze 5 types of market segmentation, which Beibora supermarket has used to target its customers. Mimi niko na mingi sana. So for example, you guys have listed geographical segmentation. I like that. We have product segmentation. Product segmentation. That Beibora has used specific products to segment markets. For instance, it has introduced a healthy food section. So ukienda kwa supermarket, unapata this is a section for organic foods. You need to segment. A section for people, in this case, who do not want to die very easily. That's a way of segmenting. Right? Thank you very much. Price segmentation. Price segmentation, I like that. Price segmentation. Where we have, in this case here, some hypermarkets located in upmarket residential areas. Upmarket residential areas and low-income residential areas sell similar items but at different prices. I like that. But you see, you guys, whatever you guys have told me has not hit 5. They wanted 5 ways of market segmentation. 5. Merab came up with the demographics. I would really want to get an elaboration on the same. Demographics. Is it age? What is this? Nangoja, mimi nangoja. We also have outlet segmentation. Outlet segmentation. That is where they have supermarkets and hypermarkets. That's an outlet segmentation. Outlet segmentation. Remember, supermarkets, these basically target to the retail customers. Retail customers will buy a few items at a time. Those are supermarket. But when it is a hypermarket, it targets those customers who want to buy a wide range of items under one roof. So outlet segmentation. Where kama unajua wewe ni mtu wa kununua vitu mingi unaweka kwa magari kubwa kubwa, don't go to a supermarket. Perhaps even this supermarket hata ina mahali pa kupaka gari pazuri. Go to a hypermarket. Right? Geographical, nimeshasema geographical sana. Yeah, you can also diversify. You can also, ladies and gentlemen, in this case, you segment your market through different product lines. Through different product lines. Although I feel that we have really discussed this somewhere up there. Product lines, different product lines. These are lines of healthy food. People who go for health foods, right? etc. Demographics, I would want to hear things like age. I would want to hear things like, for example, gender, right? Then I would want to unmute you to ambie vizuri zaidi. Partnership. Partnership, by the way, is a growth strategy. Partnership. We were told up there that this supermarket was entering into quite a lot of water partnership. So partnership is quite a big thing in terms of growing, where you come up with partners, maybe through franchising or whatever, like that. Hizo zimetosha. etc. Tushamaliza hiyo etc. Tuende kwa part C. Part C ndiyo muoni chochote. Part C muoni chochote. Evaluate 3 micro-environmental factors that might have influenced the growth of bei bora supermarket. Micro. Those micro-environmental. Micro means within. Micro means directly affecting the company. Micro. Wacha tunyamaze kidogo tuone. Wameanza kuongea. Sijui kama umeanza kuona wewe. Micro. Yeah, micro, you're talking about employees. So once you raise the concept of employees being quite an internal stakeholder, please describe. Give us more information about those employees. Whatever factors, yes, cost of the products, fair pricing, quality prices. Employees in this case who appreciated a lot of cleanliness. They had the right infrastructure inside there. Right infrastructure in this case here where aisles were labeled very nicely so the consumers here could easily locate what, kuna supermarket unaenda unashindwa kulocate vitu kama mimi inanisumbuanga sana hiyo. The only supermarket mimi nimeenda najua iko very organized ni Carrefour. Hiyo unaangalia unajua, lakini zingine wow. You may even take 20 minutes kwanza kuuliza wasichana hapo na wavulana wadogo pale. Nataka hii na some things ambao unataka kupika utaki watu wasikie sana. Unataka kama Carrefour unaona. So they have the right ambience, the right infrastructure. Saila Satura ushindwe. Right. So we are progressing very well. Microenvironment. So remember, Bei Bora retains the services of neat and friendly staff members. Neat and friendly staff members. Great. Competitively priced goods. That's a micro environmental factor. You see sawa na inflation. Inflation ni macro. Right? They also have, ladies and gentlemen, these guys have partnered with local SMEs who are able to give them goods at a friendly price. This is something that is well within. Yeah, competition, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, remember competitors. Your competitors, when, for example, they're not able to rise up and smell the coffee, they give you a competitive advantage. These competitors, even if they are our big brothers, remember they have not known that this is basically like an impoverished what here, a community. Hawana pesa, wanataka watu ambao wana charge nini? Wana charge less what here, less prices. Watu ambao wana charge less prices. Right? I love that. Effective customer care services, yes. That will give hii swali mngescore vizuri sana. Yeah, even locality, Irene, yes. That's okay. Now we go to part D. Assess 5 corporate social responsibility programs. They are very particular programs that the Bei Bora supermarket could introduce in line with its stated corporate objectives. So are you able to see that corporate objective somewhere there? It's good to start from there. What is its corporate objective? It's aiming to become the country's leading hypermarket. Silas, turudie wapi? Oh, the question itself, sorry. Assess 5 corporate social responsibility programs, CSR programs, that Bei Bora supermarket could introduce in line with its stated corporate objectives. Very good, Silas. I like what you are telling us there. Remember, this is a supermarket which wants to become a very big stuff, very big thing, right? So, of course, as you grow, you will have employees. These employees, of course, most of them are quite young. This is the time they're getting children. So if you can, in various localities, ensure that you have got what here? Schools. Of course, they start small, right? Small schools. Allow the neighboring community families to also bring what here? Their children on board. That's a very good CSR community. Sponsor those schools, right? 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 So that's number one. I would really go for that. Number two. So I'm just waiting to hear what you guys are telling me. Yes, thank you very much again, Silas, nakusikia kabisa pale. This concept of providing basic services like clean drinking water, medical camps, etc. Yes, Felix, the concept of repairing and constructing access roads. I like what MD Jesse, improved infrastructure like accessible roads. Karo nasema offer medical awareness kule juu. You know, at the end of the day, one thing we're supposed to know, ladies and gentlemen, CSR, if you want it to be in line with your corporate objectives, which of course at the end of the day is to maximize profitability, you must use CSR to enable you brand yourself. So that anytime anybody thinks of simply of a supermarket, they need to think about you. So you need to get a way of endearing yourself to the citizenry. Like there's somebody up there who spoke about what you're employing locals, people from local communities, right? Right? Yeah, like provision of recreational facilities. Unapata kama Bamburi iko na very big area, watu kutaka kucheza mpira, wanacheza mpira pale ndani. Yeah, the concept of really waste products, that's quite a nice one, Chiza. Waste product management is a key CSR. Waste product management. Hapana pita mahali kama pale BAT industry area, unapita tu hivi karibu unasikia na upiga mbio ni sigara, hapana. There must be a way. Those guys can be able to do what here to wipe out that kind of smell. There must be a way. They are only allowed to do that, such in Africa, right? I like that. Ngoja nisikie, zimetosha kweli? So kuna vitu mingi sana mmeshaniambia karibu zote. Concept of those social amenities like roads, building schools, water points, medical camps. Yeah, also supporting your suppliers, by even reserving some quotas for them is a CSR. Usianze import everything. Work with those people, build them, because when you build them, you're basically building your supply chain. In the future, you'll never have scarcity issues, right?